can I just say one thing firstly? I love the name Eat, Sleep, Boxing, Repeat.
Fantastic performance by Oleksandr Usyk last week. We've been talking about it since, but boxing being boxing, people are talking about what's he going to do next, who's he going to fight next. One name that has been thrown around by Turki Al-Sheikh is Itauma. Of course, fights Dillian Whyte in 3 weeks. Can I just get your thoughts on that? Because I feel like sometimes when Turki Al-Sheikh says he wants something, a lot of the time it happens. Would it be a bit bonkers for that fight to happen, say, end of year and beginning of next year? Just going to get your thoughts on that, please.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's too early for Moses. I'm not going to go. His Excellency has changed the face of the sport, and he's put some unbelievable fight nights together and getting all the promoters to work. And the ring shows have been superb. I was at the one in New York a couple of weeks ago. I can't wait for Ring 4 in November. But I think one step at a time. Moses is a phenomenal fighter, a great talent, and may well be the heir apparent. But he's got a job to do on August the 16th. He's got to get through Dillian Whyte first. And Dillian's been a tough battler, gladiator. He's been in with them all, and he's dangerous. He's got a great left hook. He's seen it, and if he's in the best shape he can be at this stage of his career, then look, it could be tough for Moses if he doesn't get rid of him early. A little bit like Alois found tonight in that fight with Ellis Oro. Everyone's saying, Moses will just maybe win early and make a statement, and it's the right fight at the right time. Look, if Dillian gets into it, he can hit hard, and he could make it a difficult night for Moses. So I think it's one step at a time. Let's look forward to each fight, and I think Moses against Dillian is a great test for the young Chatham man. I can't wait to be there. It's another great fight for the summer, and a really good card. So I want to enjoy that. I think Oleksandr Usyk needs to take a break, be with his family, and decide what he wants to do next. I think Joseph Parker is the fighter that deserves the opportunity. But of course, it's all about what makes the most commercial sense too. Will it be a third fight with an AJ or Tyson Fury? Could someone like Deontay Wilder come in left field? Who knows what's going to happen? And AGIT KABAYEL's another guy that's waiting and looks the real deal too. So there's lots of fights that could be made. Of course, Moses Itauma would love the opportunity. He wants to fight everybody. He wants to be this young world champion and fast track himself. But look, what happens if it is too soon and Usyk is just too good for Itauma at this stage? Maybe he is the best challenge. Yeah. We don't. It is early. It's really early, and it's like Jaya Pattaya. I mean, are the two fighters to possibly have the best chance against Usyk, Jaya Pattaya or Moses Itauma? But is that fair on Joseph Parker, who's waited his opportunity? He's in the form of his life under Andy Lee, and he'll fancy his chances against Usyk. So, look, I think let's enjoy what we had last week, which was a cracking performance from Oleksandr, undisputed for a third time. We'll wait and see what happens with Moses and Dillian. But if Moses does a job on Dillian on August the 16th, then maybe His Excellency will come out and say he wants that fight next. And as you say, most things that he says he wants happen. Maybe not everything, but we'll see. And he has changed the face of boxing. So, look, and would it be a fight we'll all clamour to see? Of course it would be. Would Moses take it? Probably, because he's that, he believes in himself and he's that relentless. But I said to Moses, I'd love to see him go and spend some time in Oleksandr's camp, his training camp, because he's been in with Fury, he's been obviously in with AJ and shared a stable with him. And what I love is that every other fighter thinks that Moses is a really great fighter. So that's what makes you believe that Moses probably is that heir apparent. But it's Oleksandr Usyk's time at the moment, and we wait and see. But yeah, you never know in boxing. Strange things happen, and if he gets his chance, Moses will, I'm sure, take it against Oleksandr Usyk. But for me, I think just wait a little bit. It's Dillian Whyte next, then they're talking, I don't know, maybe a Martin Bakole, and then who knows, maybe the titles fragment, you get a vacant belt, and then maybe it's Usyk down the line. But how many fights has Oleksandr Usyk won? He's told me he wants 2 more before the Dubois fight. So maybe that's one fight in the Ukraine at some stage. Maybe he's loving it so much he wants 3, 4 more. And if that's the case, maybe who will go in with Itauma? Could it be the passing of the torch? I mean, who would say would beat Usyk on the performance last week? Would Moses even say it? Of course he would. He'd back himself. But we've got to remember that he's not been in a real acid test yet, Moses. The manner of victory has been so emphatic and so impressive, and we're so excited about him. And he's 20 years of age, and he's just an incredible talent. But this sport is about levels and timing. Is he quite at that level, and is the time right? For me, let's look forward to Dillian White first.